So yes, ladies and gentlemen, after the disappointing draw, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the things that happened after that. So Arteta on the team missing Granit Xhaka says, we know the importance of Granit, what he brings to the team, the maturity, the reading of the game, consistency that he brings to the squad and the balance. He's not available and he's not going to be available for 3 or 4 months. We know that. And I totally believe in the other players. It's not about him, and today it was more of a collective issue with the lack of composure that we have on the ball in that half. And talking about more stuff, Mikel Arteta said about MacArthur's red card. We're going to talk about that as well. So, talking about the draw, Mikel said, I'm disappointed with the result. We threw it away. When you score late in a game, you always have to take the point. Much better than losing. And talking about Lacazette, Arteta said Alexander Lacazette came on and made 2 or 3 positive actions. He lifted the players. You had the sense we would score. The most positive thing is we kept going. They kept believing until the end. That's how we managed to get a point. I know the group is never going to give up, is what the positives that can be taken from the game. And talking about more stuff, let's talk about Patrick Vieira, what he had to say after the game. Patrick Vieira said he's also always going to be an Arsenal fan. He says, I spent 9 years here. We played really good football at times. I was lucky to be part of a great generation of footballers. I'm always going to love this football club, the fans, and I'm always going to be an Arsenal fan, I would say. When you go to a manager role, you have to work hard for the team. I'm lucky to have a good foundation and surrounded by people who want to improve the football club at Crystal Palace. It was so close, but we've been saying that too often. We have to learn from these games. The side deserved to win at the end. I'm frustrated for the team. It was unlucky, really. I'm disappointed for my players. But we considered goals and we need to work on that and put our bodies on the line. We were really unlucky today. We're learning in a harsh way. I think it's about the characters of the players we have working every single day. They showed good team spirit and togetherness today. We need to turn games around in wins. It's not good enough to have a good football match. I mean, 100%, I believe this. I 100% believe what Vieira said about his team there. But Lacazette says, I wanted to bring a bit of an energy to the team. We know when the fans are alive and with us, it makes it hard for the opponent, maybe because of the way we were playing. They were a bit sleepy, and so I wanted to bring some energy that I know they like and change the game. Talking about extending the unbeaten run, shamelessly Arsenal have we're unbeaten for sure. So he says it's always better not to lose. Of course, we wanted the 3 points, but sometimes when you can't win, make sure you don't lose. But Ramsdale was seen celebrating Lacazette's equalizer. Lacazette says it's good because we showed we have character. Even if we are down, we don't give up. We don't tank. As the manager says, today we need to take the good things from this game to improve in the next game. Well, former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher on if MacArthur should have been sent off. He says, I think Osaka clears the ball. MacArthur goes in and he doesn't pull out. I think he's extremely lucky not to get a red card. Arteta says it's a clear red card. No intention to play the ball. I don't know how with VAR he hasn't been sent off. We had to take Saka off because he could not continue. He was very sore in the area. I saw the action. I cannot believe how MacArthur continued on the pitch. Mikel, it's not just you. Even I have that question. How the hell was he not taken off? Well, Mikel Arteta also opened up about Thomas Partey's long shots. He says, well, today in one of them he was much closer than he's been. It's something that we are practicing with him to determine and decide the areas where we are more likely to score goals. He needs to keep trying, but in the right areas. And talking about the unbeaten run that Arsenal continue, he says, Mikel said, it is positive because I know the group is never going to give up. It doesn't matter what happens. The team kept trying at the end. We got at least the minimum reward we deserved. On what went wrong for Arsenal tonight, Mikel Arteta said, my perception is we got something and we wanted to protect something instead of going for a second one, which is really wrong. He says it was a strange game. We started the game really well, very dominant, very fluid, playing a lot in the final third. We deserved the goal we scored. After that, we lacked composure, belief and maturity, probably to manage that game and situation much better. We gave a lot of balls away. We didn't have any sequences of passes. Then the team is stretched. We had no control. We had to defend deeper in periods. You cannot press because the distances are too big when you lose the ball. We didn't enjoy that period. After halftime, we changed a couple of things. We got better and we were more dominant again. When we had control, we gave the ball away in areas in this league we cannot do because it costs you goals. Credit to the team, they never gave up. The subs were magnificent. Crazy stuff. Andy Townsend has hailed Alex Lacazette's performance against Crystal Palace. He says, give a lot of credit to Lacazette because he has come on and made a difference. Arsenal keep the ball alive, and when the ball comes to Lacazette, he has still got a bit to do to get it past Guaita, and it's a sweet strike, incredible. Lovely. Fantastic thing. And talking about Gary Neville has spoken about Gabriel Magalhaes and Benjamin White, and he was critical about them. He says, in this position, Ben White just drops off. Drops off. You can't drop off like that. I think both centre backs, Gabriel and Ben White, will look at those goals and think, look, we've got to try and engage outside the box. We're better off going and giving a foul away, taking a booking outside the box, and then Dan letting him come in and shoot like that. And that isn't good defending. I think for the first goal, I think they could have done better. Tierney was nowhere tracking back, so yeah. And also the Bukayo Saka red card, Ian Wright was angry about Mike Dean's decision. He says, no way. How they have not given that for a violent conduct is beyond me. The ball is there. Why is he still kicking him? How have they missed that? How can they miss that? Then when asked about the high-end yellow card, Wright said, oh, come on, man. So what? Is that low-end red cards then? What is the difference? It's a yellow card. It's ridiculous. Another decision where they have made something up just to let it run on. That's sending off. It doesn't surprise me that Saka coming back on for the second half. That was a proper volley. He got on the calf. Gary Lineker is also questioning, why is Alex Lacazette not getting more game time? Like, why? Why is he suddenly off? He says, I've always rated Lacazette. Don't understand why he doesn't play more. Must be a reason, I guess, but I've not seen it. I think one of the reasons why that is because I think he's in his final year of his contract. So maybe that's the question. So Fiorentina may pursue a move for Lacazette to replace Dusan Vlahovic when he presumably leaves the club. If that's the case, can we have the swap deal, bro? Come on. La Viola are wanting a striker. President Rocco Commisso announced a development during the past few weeks. We all know that according to fishages.com. Fiorentina, he will be, Arsenal could ask 15 million in January if that's the case. So Vlahovic, a swap deal would be superb. It would be super for both the teams. Why not? And finally, according to Marca, Arsenal know the price tag of Raheem Sterling. Well, they say that the price tag of Raheem Sterling would be 80 million euros, which is 67.7 million pounds if Arsenal want to sign Raheem Sterling from Manchester City. That would be the price tag. Barcelona are also in for him. Barcelona are really looking to spend because they are in for Dani Olmo as well. So let's see where that will take them. So 4 years ago, HITC exclusively reported that Arsenal were behind El Younousi when he was 22 years of age. So yeah, he was a very good player at Basel after joining from Malmo. And according to Sun, Arsenal also scouted El Younousi during the Champions League round of 16 tie with Man City. What's more, El Younousi scored for helping Basel stun Pep Guardiola's famous 2-1 away win while enhancing his own reputation in the process. So that is also the case, and Arsenal are really interested to sign El Younousi according to a source as well. So El Younousi was reluctant to mention Arsenal by name, but a club that is usually in the top 4, and therefore presumably dropped a hint. He says, is it Arsenal? He said, I cannot comment, but it is a club everybody knows with a long history. It's a club that has watched me a couple of times before, but they have now increased their interest in me. It is cool that such a big club is showing great interest. Well, since then, El Younousi has actually moved on as well. So let's see if that's the case or not, but let's see. With this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be. Consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. And until then, And yeah, if you see daily Arsenal content, you know where to be there. So cheers, I'll see you in the next one.